role that we are offering in this event, hiring event, is of associate software engineer. It's only one role that we are offering. And in terms of eligibility guidelines, we are in all BTechs, all branches of BTechs, all branches of MTechs, MCAs and MSc. But in MSc, we have a bracket of only two branches: MSc IT or MSc Computer Science are eligible to apply. In terms of year of graduation, only candidates who have graduated in 2019 or who have graduated in 2020 or who have graduated in 2021 are eligible to apply, and you should not have any active backlogs. I hope this makes things clear. In addition to that, you should not have a year gap more than 1 year. Up to a period of 1 year, 0 is fine, 1 is also fine. But if you have a year gap between your 10th and your graduation, completion of graduation, this should not be more than 1 year. Many students after their 12th, they sometimes take a gap of 1 year and then they go for their graduation. That is fine, but that gap should not be of more than 1 year. Up to 1 year is fine. So 10th, 12th, for example, and then you're going for BTech, then it makes 6 years. If that year is 7, that is fine, but it should not be. The gap should not be from 10th to completion of graduation. The year gap should not be more than 1 year. Up to 1 year is fine. Point number 4, candidates must be eligible to work in India. Basically, they should be a citizen of India, or they should have all the related or relevant work permits required. All foreign nationals require relevant permits before being employed in India. For example, they must have, if they are working in India and they are foreign nationals, they must have a work permit or work visa or an overseas citizenship of India before they are applying, or all, because once you apply and once you clear, all these documentations would be checked. And we would like to mention that if there is any foreign national who is applying, he or she must have all the work permits or work visa to work in India. So again, before I move forward, I'd like to reiterate that all branches of BTech, all branches of MTech, all MCAs and MSc IT and MSc Computer Science, only two branches of MSc are eligible to apply. People who have graduated in 19, 20 and 21 are eligible to apply, but they should not have any active backlogs. Now guys, some of you might be having some queries, so please keep your queries with you for now, and you have a chat box option available with you. And in the end 15-20 minutes, once I finish the presentation, we'll have a small Q&A session wherein you can send in your queries and we'll try to answer those queries as far as possible. Moving forward, now in terms of what is this role, what would be the whole structure. This role that we are offering now is Associate Software Engineer. We call it ASC in terms of short form. This would require, and this will also have, an extensive training for all the candidates who clear and join us in ASCs. They will have an extensive training before their project deployment. The training program will encompass for a period of 12 months, where you will have a lot of technical trainings on the latest trends, technologies, which is relevant in the market. You will be updated on the latest technologies which is running, what you have studied during your curriculum days in your graduation and post-graduation. The practical aspects of these learning programs will be taught to you, and then you will be mentored. You will be having a buddy along with you who will help you out in learning a lot of aspects about Accenture. And once you clear your regular assessments, you clear it 12 months, you will be then absorbed into live projects. It depends on your learning, how good you learn, what is your learning curve. You'll get a lot of opportunities to fasten your career tracks at Accenture. And at Accenture, we ensure that the high potential employees get the best possible learning curves available to all the freshers. So point number 3, faster career progression opportunities will always be available for people who show the zeal to learn and show the zeal to grow. And obviously, because Accenture work with the top clients in this industry, with the top technology which is available in the market, in the international market, you'll get all the opportunities to work in the emerging technology roles and domains. Moving forward, now the compensation. The compensation we are offering for associate software engineer profile is of 4.5. I repeat, the profile that we are offering with the CTC is 4.5. If you break it up, if you are to break it 4.5, then the fixed pay is around 3.83 lakhs per annum. So fixed pay is around 3.83 lakhs per annum. There is a component of variable pay which is close to around 32,500, which is paid out depending on your performance. And then we have a one-time joining bonus, which is around 25,000. This is paid upon successful completion of your initial training as per the company process. And you additionally, we give you benefits of gratuity and insurance premium, which comes to around 9,500. So the overall compensation which is on offer is of 4.5 lakhs. Out of 4.5, the fixed pay is around 3.83, and the variable amount is something close to around 32,500. There's a one-time joining bonus of around 25,000. And then there are additional amount of benefits that we offer, like gratuity and insurance premium. The amount is something close to around 9,500. So I hope this offer part, the CTC part, is clear to all of you. Now moving forward, this is important, and please pay attention here. So this is the timelines for these upcoming events for assessments that is planned for the coming week onwards, beginning from, I should say, day after tomorrow onwards. So first of all, we are having a pre-hiring connect. This is the open house session that we are having currently right now. We are connecting to you all in helping you understand our process and clarify your queries. Now, beginning your day one. Now, in terms of your assessments, your first assessments that all the eligible candidates would undergo is cognitive and technical. I'm again repeating, lot of candidates do apply, but only the eligible candidates are then asked to appear, or they get appear for our day one assessments, which is of cognitive and technical. So all the eligible candidates will be invited, and we will send out a link for cognitive and technical to them all. So cognitive and technical is an elimination round. It is a mandatory round, and it is an elimination round. The details of these rounds will come in subsequent slides. So just for your understanding, on your day one, you will have your cognitive and technical assessment. And it is a mandatory round, and it is an elimination round. Once you clear your cognitive and technical, you will receive a link for your coding assessments. So again, I'm saying, once you clear your cognitive technical, you will receive a link for coding assessments on the same day. So for example, you submit your cognitive today. You have to wait for around 15-20 minutes once your scores are assessed, and once you clear our benchmark, you will receive a link immediately for a coding assessment that you have to give then and there. So coding round is also a mandatory round, and it is also an elimination round. So cognitive and technical, elimination round. Once you clear cognitive and technical, you move to coding. Coding is also mandatory, and coding is also an elimination round. So candidates, once who submit and clear their coding assessments, they will then get a link by around day 4 about their communication assessment. So cognitive and technical is technical, coding is also technical. So communication assessment is more of a non-technical assessment. And the key part here is the communication assessment is non-elimination. The communication, I'm repeating, the communication assessment is non-elimination. It is mandatory to appear, but it is a non-elimination round. So What so first assessment is cognitive and technical, second assessment is your coding, the third assessment which happens, so only students who clear coding will receive a link for communication assessment. Communication assessment is a non-technical round and it is also a non-elimination round, but it is mandatory to appear. So candidates who will appear in the communication assessments, they will then be invited for our virtual interviews. Also, to give you a brief, entire process of assessments will happen via virtual mode, via online mode. So there's no in office assessments which is happening, there's no face to face interviews which is happening, there's no one will be calling you to the offices to give the assessments. Everything will happen on the virtual mode, everything will happen online. So candidates who appear in the communication assessments will then be invited for online virtual interviews. So from day one, from the beginning time of your cognitive and technical, from the day to your interviews, generally it is a period of around 7 to 10 days. So once you get your link for your invite for virtual interviews, you will be then given slots to appear for the for interview timings, interview dates. And once you finish your interviews, students who will be shortlisted will receive the notifications further for submission to of their documents, and then subsequently will release the offer letter and letter of intent. So that would be a breakup of the timelines of the events that we are going to follow for this current round of assessments, beginning with cognitive and technical. People who clear cognitive and technical move to the coding round. People who then clear coding round move to our communication assessments. Candidates who then appear for our communication assessments will be then invited for our virtual interviews, and post which we will create a list of candidates who have been shortlisted, and they will be asked to submit their documents for their release of offer and then subsequent onboarding whenever it is scheduled. So that's the assessment timelines. So day one till, so roughly it takes a period of something close to around 12 days from day one to finally the release of the finishing of their interviews and then release of the shortlisted list of candidates. Moving further. So this is a rough I'll say timelines that we have prepared for. There could be a plus and minus here, but this would be the schedule that is we will be following for this assessments. So today is 16th. Tomorrow onwards, we will be sending out the mock assessment links to all the eligible candidates who have applied with us for this assessments. And this mock assessment will be sent out by tentatively tomorrow morning onwards. You will have a time for at least a day or two to appear for this mock assessments. Mock assessments is basically to get you prepared for live assessments. So mock assessments, you must appear for mock assessments. It is not a live actual assessment, but it will help you to get yourself prepared and get your system ready for the requirements which is mandatory for appearing for our live assessment. So whenever you receive a mock assessment link, please click on the link, appear for the dummy examination. You will come to know what kind of technical requirements is there for in terms of system requirements. If there is an update required in your system, it will let you know, and it will ease you out in for appearing for the live assessment. So tomorrow onwards, we are beginning to send mock assessments to all the eligible candidates. Our schedule is that from 21st, or I should say on 21st and 22nd, we will have our live assessments of cognitive, technical, and coding. So we by around 20th, 19th, or 20th February, we will be sending out the live assessment links for our examinations for 21 and then subsequently for 22nd. But importantly, the important point here is that you will have an option to choose a date As you can read down below, candidate can choose both the date and the time they want to appear for the cognitive test. So each day will have three timings to appear for cognitive. For 21st of February, you will have a time slot of 9 a.m. You'll have an option of time slot of 2 p.m. or a time slot of 7 p.m. Similarly, for 22nd February, below academic documents are in place to expedite our offer release if you are shortlisted. So we will be asking for all these semester mark sheets for our undergraduate, basically candidates who are coming from a BTech background, and all the candidates who are from the MTech background or MCAs or MSc candidates. So your mark sheets for all the semesters should be available. A soft copy, a digital copy is good to do. And in case you have online results, ensure that you upload your online results duly attested by the college authority. So it could be a possibility that the assessments all about. Now coming to cognitive and technical. Cognitive will have we will test you on English ability, on your analytical skills, on your numerical ability, and it will be a combined test. So cognitive and technical combined is of 90 minutes, as you can see in the bottom of the screen time frame. For cognitive and technical combined, it is for 90 minutes. For cognitive, your English ability, your numerical ability, your analytical reasoning, your aptitude would be tested. In technical part, it would be about your knowledge about your computer applications or MS Office, your studio codes, basic understandings of your networking, security, cloud. So your technical assessments would include questions from the computer side, from your knowledge about MS Office, your knowledge about networking, security, cloud, and something related basic information regarding to the computers. So that is the technical assessments. So cognitive and technical combined is one examination, which is of 90 minutes, and it is an elimination examination. It is an eliminator round. Candidates who will clear the cognitive and technical will then immediately, in around 15 to 20 minutes of time, will receive a link for their coding. Coding is of 45 minutes, and it may have couple of questions that will be asked, and you need to write it based on the following languages: C, C++, .NET, Java, or Python. So these coding languages are important. You should have a basic understanding about any of these coding languages. And again, coding round is another mandatory and another elimination round. So cognitive and technical is elimination round. Coding is also an elimination round once, and it's a time period of 45 minutes. So first, cognitive and technical is 90 minutes. Once you clear it, you wait for some time. If you clear a cognitive technical, you will around in 10, 15, 20 minutes, you will receive a link for coding. And then coding, once you receive a link, you can appear for your coding assessment. Coding assessment will be roughly around 45 minutes. Basically, the purpose is to get yourself ready for our live assessments, and you should be aware of what kind of technical requisites are required. Our company or individual to either collect money or arrive on any kind of monetary arrangements in exchange for a job at Accenture. We do not encourage any such practices. We have not authorized any agency, company, or individual to either collect money or arrive on monetary arrangements in exchange for a job at Accenture. So in case, thank you so much for your patient listening, and now we are open for your queries, your questions, and we'll try to answer maximum of your queries. If you have anything regarding the queries regarding the upcoming assessments, feel free to send in your queries in the chat box which is available with you, and we'll try to answer.